My father played trumpet and my mother played piano. But my mother didn't play in the family band that we had because Consuelo played piano, Grace sang, Arnold played clarinet, Clarence played trombone, I played drums.
Meet Bill, Susan, and Arnold Lee, three friendly Fort Greene residents living on the eastern edge of Fort Greene Park. Pass by their picturesque brownstone one day, and you may see them sitting on the stoop, engaging all who walk by in friendly conversation. That's where I met them, and where our conversation began. Bill is a well-known jazz musician here in Brooklyn, and his story begins in Selma, Alabama, at Morehouse College.
At Morehouse College, and we had a small group, and we played for dances for Spelman and Morehouse. And I played bass.
That's where you started playing bass?
Yeah, I started playing bass at Spelman College because Morehouse didn't have a music department.
After some time in the South, Bill moved north and eventually found his way to his brownstone in Fort Greene. As you can tell, he's a fan of the neighborhood.
I love the neighborhood. We're right on the park, and it's very comfortable. And we've had some very nice people moving up in and out.
Now into his 80s, Bill has become a mentor to neighborhood musicians, passing on all he's learned over the years.
Anything in particular that you would say, anything in particular that you would say to help young musicians?
Well, I just say just play a lot, play every chance you get. So, and naturally, without microphones or amplifiers.
Bill's son Arnold has certainly benefited from his father's mentorship.
I mean, the upbringing is really great because I was surrounded by music 24/7. You know, I mean, they would take me to the jazz clubs. By the time I was 2 or 3 years old. You know, so I just hang out with all these great musicians, just absorbing the music.
Bill also composed for a number of movies his son Spike Lee produced. Local musician Kenny Washington takes us behind the scenes.
The movie that he did with his son Spike, Do the Right Thing, and he had never wrote for an orchestra that large. And I never will forget this because he got ready to conduct, and they had all these studio pros. We were all waiting there, and I remember that he said, ladies and gentlemen, I've brought pencils for each and every one of you because I just know there's going to be some mistakes. So if you see a mistake, please tell me and correct it. All right, let's start. Left-hand corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, bam. And he played the whole thing down. There were no mistakes. And the second thing is classical musicians. We had orchestra, strings, and everything. String players are very picky about what they play. And if they don't like something, you know, they'll have their lips poked out in a minute. But when they played that first movement down, the first thing that the string players did was all of them took their bows and started tapping them on the stands, blah, 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 which means that they like it. So, you know, dynamic composer, arranger, and the bassist, I mean, you know, a true music hero.
If you haven't yet, you still have a chance to hear Bill play.
July 3rd is a Bill Lee big band birthday bash at the New York Poets Cafe on the Lower East Side. And it's banana pudding night, Rome Neal's banana pudding night. And it's a very affordable evening with free banana pudding, and the big band is also going to perform there. All original music, you know, almost everything that Bill, the band, does is original compositions.
At Fort Greene, this is Alex Kantrowitz for The Local.
What Willie told me about what his grandfather said is you start it, a project, you start it, you stick everlastingly to it, and finish it.